to the South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, the Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Silkowski, Michael Termanuelian, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Brad Gilbert.
Good evening, South Texas Amateur Golf Tour. What is going on? MD here. Hope everyone is having a great Wednesday night. It is Wednesday, August 14th, 7:32. We got plenty to talk about tonight, guys. Recapping the return and also the goodbye to Willow. Willow is now closed. Well, we will not have a competitive event at Willow until 2026, but really happy we were able to make it back there this weekend. Course was as in good condition as it's been in a while. We all have our thoughts on it, but I love that golf course. Glad to see it was in better shape, and of course glad to be able to get out there and play it. It is one of my favorite golf courses for sure. That being said, we are on to the last couple of events of the summer season. We've got the alt shot at Northern Hills. We have, before that, we're going to have stroke play at Brack. And then, of course, we close it down at the PC Open at Almost Basin before we head into the playoffs. We have one event left on the Greater Hill Country division at Lost Pines out in Bastrop this coming weekend, and then TPC for the playoffs. So lots of golf going on around the tour right now. Lots to talk about. Before we jump into the rest of it, let's go ahead and bring out the team that is correct for the first time in what feels like 2 months. MD, not alone on the screen, which is a fresh change of pace because if you watched the show last week, it looked like I was on meth. But hey, strokes do that to you. Here we go. Let's bring out my partner for this trail division, guy who carries me. He carries me emotionally more than anything. Physically, he could, but he doesn't have to. Brad Gilbert, welcome back to the show.
What's going on, MD? Don't be lying to everybody. You carry me, man.
I like to think of it as we are both good at covering each other when something happens.
Yeah, for sure.
There's rarely a hole that both of us are ever going to see an issue on. You're a birdie machine though. I'm there just to I'll just make pars all day. I'll just run pars nonstop. You're the one who was dropping like 4 friggin' birdies. It was unbelievable golf by you.
It was just fun to be back at Willow, man. I had not played that course in a while, and it was really fun to be back. And that's actually the first course that I played when I moved to San Antonio. So I like Willow.
It is statistically. I have more wins at Willow than I do any other golf. Actually, all my other wins combined probably don't add up to the amount of wins I have at Willow. Willow is always set up well for me. And we'll talk about Champ Flight, and we'll look at we'll look at our 2 groups that won. They have a great track record at that golf course.
Yeah.
So it's never a surprise to see. But yeah, man, I love getting back out there to Willow. I have my thoughts on the greens a little bit, but for the most part, I was pretty pretty happy with how that course looked.
Yeah, same. Like I said, man, it was just good to be back. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do to it. So we'll see.
Yeah, that is for sure. I'm gonna be a little sad to see it gone, but I will be extremely excited because my other favorite golf course, 2 golf courses that suit me best on the trail, have been Willow and Cedar. Historically, my 2 best golf courses. Cedar undergoing renovations. We're going to start to see more and more videos come out from the trail. We'll get out there as well. But Cedar coming back online is going to be really cool to see what they've done there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But before we dive into everything else, let's go ahead and bring in Travis Silkowski, who has been been missing for a little bit. Welcome back to the show, Travis.
Wow, it feels good to be back. It feels like I haven't been on air with you guys in a month, which is probably what it is, quite honestly.
If not more.
But thank you, MD. It's awesome to be here on the show. I just want to say how cool it is to have Brad Gilbert in the opening video.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think that's awesome. I know the STX Am Tour marketing committee actually changed the newsletter graphic this time around to all Brad be still the same old G. That's tough to say. But the graphic called you a co-host in the newsletter for the first time, and I thought that was neat.
So it's official now. So I'm official.
So yes, hey, what's up, little man?
Can you say
How
hi?
are you?
Hi.
She was in my room watching Trolls, and she's been poking her head out saying, "Daddy, can I say hi to your friends?"
Well, here we are. How are you
And-
doing?
And she has nothing. She doesn't even want to talk. She's gone.
Nothing. That's great. That's great. I'll take this opportunity to show everybody the man of the hour. There he is down there. There's Buster Moon, just hanging out in his chair.
What's up, Buster?
Buster.
That wasn't as cool as your daughter coming on. I'm sorry. I tried. But
I would agree.
But yes, it's good to be back. We've got so much going on. I think we are officially in the home stretch. I think this is the home stretch. We got 3 events to go on the Alamo City Golf Trail division. We've got 1 event to go on the Greater Hill Country division. And then we are talking playoffs.
And I mean, right now, if you will, we'll pull the point standings up here after we do the recap of the weekend. And I went back a couple of different. I went back 3 different seasons. So spring season of this year and spring and summer of last year. And at this point in the season, this is as tight a points distribution as it has been in years.
Absolutely.
There is no decided name on the top 10, top 15 that really is guaranteed anything at this point. It's such a tight race right now, which is really cool. And we're finishing off a little bit different too. Normally we have a team event, best ball or something like that to kind of finish off. It's alt shot, which is a unique change to the lineup at Northern Hills, which is going to be really, really fun.
Right. And those numbers can add up quick.
Yeah.
So it's pick your partner wisely.
It really is still anybody's game on that point standings. And I think it's really neat that we have the first task we're going to tackle tonight is recapping Willow Springs ACGT Division Summer event number 5. Sorry, there's so much, right? There's so much. ACGT Division Summer event number 5 from this past Sunday, 3 days ago at Willow Springs. And I think you guys hit it on the head. I know it's still a little rough around the edges, but that sure was night and day for Willow Springs when we were there 3, 4, 5 months ago.
Absolutely.
So shout out to the staff at Willow Springs on the maintenance side and the golf side. I love running events at Willow. It is the closest trailer parking. The trailer's parked dead in the middle of the first tee and the scoring area. I mean, it is an awesome location to host an event, and there were good scores and big putts to be made, and I thought it was a really great weekend.
I mean, we're shout out to Tour Travels member and friend of the tour, JG Michael Sherman, aka my fireball brother from another mother. We're getting ready for Sedalia, baby. Let's freaking go. Yeah, I mean, Willow is course was in such better shape. It is such an easy course to kind of obviously go through with the setup piece of it. Course conditions were substantially better. And I mean, I think in general, we saw some wicked low scores.
Right. We did.
Second, we'll talk more about second, third flight more than anything.
Yeah.
But I mean,
absolutely. Let's kick out hole number 2. And what was the most difficult hole at Willow Springs this past Sunday? Kick out hole number 2. Number 2 was the most difficult hole, playing a whopping 1.11 shots over par average. Now that's great, because that's best ball statistics.
Yeah.
That's the best ball. That's the team score was a 1.1 strokes over par. 6.11 was the team taken scoring average for Willow.
Yeah.
It was I mean, that hole in general is tough.
And it was a tee box up.
Yeah, I mean, it was. It's all about that second tee shot, right? I mean, it's all about getting yourself in a good position.
Yeah.
And neither Brad or myself had a good second shot.
I didn't have a good first shot on that hole. I didn't have a good second shot. I didn't have a good third shot. And then I think I picked up shortly after that.
Yeah. And I had to do a punch out on my third shot into the fairway. And then I purposely had to bang it into the bunker.
Yep.
Because that was the only play. And then I literally lipped out the wedge shot.
Almost made the bunker shot.
Almost made the bunker shot. We had some good bunker shots. I gotta say,
second hardest hole. We are talking Willow Springs from the Alamo City Golf Trail, summer event number 5, team best ball, Willow Springs.
I'm gonna say
12.
I'm gonna say 16.
Maybe 12.
Brad Gilbert's correct with hole number 16. Hole number 16 played a mere 0.76 strokes over par. 4 birdies only. Hole number 2 also produced 4 birdies. The least birdied hole, every hole was birdied in the event. The least birdied hole was number 3 with 1 birdie only.
Really?
That's really kind of crazy considering
that whole location was all the way back.
All the way in the back. Yeah, I mean, it was not necessarily a tough second shot in, but yeah, I mean, you really had to make sure you had the number, and that fear of going over the back versus just coming up short and at least giving yourself some green to play with.
For sure.
In fact, if you do just championship flight, number 16 was the hardest hole, and number 2 was the second hardest hole. They flip-flop, but the minute you put any other flight in that statistic, number 2 becomes...
Sure. Yeah.
What was the easiest hole?
The easiest hole, great question. That's where we were going with this.
And number 10?
Golfers,
not 11.
Let's see. Number 10.
Yeah.
Number 10, then number 11.
Yeah.
And then number 6.
So number 11, even with that tough pin position, I mean, it was like 120 from the back, but
I think it all just depended on where you ended up.
Lots of birdies on number 11. 13 team birdies on number 11 out of what? 52 teams? What's that math? That's 20% almost, right?
Yeah, more than that. What's how many team birdies through?
Yeah, 25%. That's 25%
how many on 11?
Team
or
birdies.
How many on 10? I'm sorry.
11. Wow.
How many on 10?
On 10, we've got 24 birdies and 2 eagles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
and 18 others.
Again, Brad, I'm not wanting to use you as an example, but you are the example to use in this situation for the other. He found his. He was fine.
Yeah.
But that left side over the cart path
is
the killer.
I thought it was dead. I obviously hit a tree.
We both. I mean, I was like, dude, that thing was a piss missile. Like, I don't know if that's staying up. And
I got extremely lucky.
He bolted out of the cart and ran to that golf ball at the top of the hill, and he had a window, and he hit it good out of the window too. So, I mean, that hole you can put some blow up numbers on that hole pretty quick.
Absolutely, yeah. I usually go through the fairway, but the tee box was all the way back, so that wasn't as big a concern. But my second shot, man, I missed that tree by like maybe an inch. It was ridiculous.
I mean, I mean, dude, I hit a couple of trees out there too. Just,
yeah.
I mean, is what it is.
Yep.
Like there's
Willow.
90% air my ass.
It's certainly cool to be back at Willow where, it was reasonable course conditions. I thought it was great. And I thought the food and beverage staff did great. The golf staff did great. And the maintenance staff with the setup was awesome. I thought it was fantastic to be back at Willow.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the results, MD?
Yeah, let's talk through results a little bit. You tell me what side you want to start on.
Okay. All right. We are starting. I'm pulling it up right now. We are talking recapping of the double points Alamo City Golf Trail Division summer event number 5. Let's go top to bottom, starting with championship flight. Brad, do you want to alternate flights here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go champ in second. You go first and third.
Okay. Sounds good.
You can't do yourself.
Yeah.
MD's still running stuff from behind the scenes here as he bumps in and out playing Mr. Dad tonight. Championship flight gross. 4-shot victory for Jeremy Jaramillo and Seth Henry. Seth Henry, the course record holder at Willow Springs. Dominating 4-stroke victory. Double points. Double bonuses for each of them. James Grant, Ryan Wakeham coming in second, Dustin Weldon, Sean Vidal coming in third, respectively. First in the point standings, Steve Evans and Brian Dishman coming in fourth. On the net side, championship flight, here it is, winner, chicken dinner, in a scorecard playoff win over Jeff Wern and Steve Landry, Bradley Gilbert, and Michael Manuelian. It says Michael on the scoreboard. I'm sorry.
Both of us left.
Here's their photo right here. Everybody, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, here's your photo of us.
That was good. Perfect. Congratulations. Every net score in championship flight under par.
Jeff Wern says he chooses not to recognize the results of Champ Flight Net. Fun fact: Jeff Wern and I were initially supposed to play together for this, and then he said, "Oh wait, I already promised I'm playing with someone else."
Oh man!
And then all of a sudden it works out. Brad's freed up. Jeff said, "No, I don't want to play with Mike." And then
And in full disclosure, me and MD had to take off right after the round, but we took off with the thought that Jeff Wern was going to catch us easily because they were.
I mean, they were 2 or 3 back.
Yeah,
I think they were 2 back with 4 holes left, and they were popping 3 of them. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Okay. I have to imagine they're gonna get it.
And at that
exactly.
Yep, and at that time we thought Jeff made an eagle on number 2.
And that was just the accidental human error part of golf genius, right?
But I wouldn't have been surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised because Jeff's been playing good. So
I think it goes to the 5th playoff hole. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah, it went deep.
Yeah.
So.
What was the 5th playoff hole, just for fun?
I'm trying to walk through it right now, but the scoreboard isn't lining up. Oh, there it is, right there. Yep. No, that's not it.
Yeah, I think
5. Yes, Casey said 5 playoff holes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the deciding hole?
Questions after I closed it.
I want to know if
I want to say it's hole number 6. It's on the front 9 for sure. I looked at it.
5.
Oh, hole number 5.
5.
Okay. So,
yes. Brad Gilbert's par
and
net
I picked up because I didn't need to finish.
Yeah, net birdie. Yep. So I almost made that putt too. Almost made the birdie putt.
I mean, that was you made a nice big putt on 4, and
Oh yeah,
I thought you were dropping that one on 5 too.
yeah. I ran. The putter felt really good that day.
Dude, your
And
putter was freaking hot.
and after the blow up on the second hole, that's when I told myself, I was like, I'm not playing for a score here. I'm playing to make birdies. That's the only thing, because we're playing. And I know you were going to play steady, solid. You're going to play good. And I was like, what are you holding back for? Just go make some birdies. And then I just, after that, I just let it go.
And Jeff Warren
Yeah.
and Steve Landry took second net, and then
Yeah.
Alan Valencourt, Hunter John, also in double digits at 10 under in third place net. But every group under par net, and what is that? 3, 6, 9 of the 12 teams in 10 of the 12 teams in championship flight at even par or better. Obviously 9 deep was uncatchable for Jeremy and Seth there up on top.
Yeah, they would not
it's
stop.
well, it's one of those things. I mean, you've got so the weekend that Seth shot his 61, it was lined up like me in third, Jaramillo second, and Seth first. Like the three of us love that golf course to begin with. But then you put Jaramillo and you put Seth together, and Jaramillo, when he fucking heats up, he birdies 5 or 6 holes in a row.
It's not uncommon for him to shoot 72, 42, 30.
I mean, you and I got to 3 under, 4 under at one point, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, where's Seth and Jeremy? And I'm like, when do they kick it into full gear? Like, when do I start looking at Jesus again, another birdie? Like, and I don't think I looked. I think I looked early on in the round, and I don't think I looked again until we got to like maybe 15, and they're at like 7 or 8 under. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? That's what I expected. It's fine.
And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure one of them, I think it was Jeremy, made like maybe both of them made like 3 or 4 birdies in a row on the back 9. I think. And
I mean, both of them, I'd expect them to.
Exactly.
I mean, they both can I mean, it gets hard to birdie number 12. Certainly doable, but it's a 3-hole.
Absolutely.
Or it's a 3-swing hole for most people. For them, it's not.
Yeah.
It just isn't. So they can easily grab 1 or 2 strokes on the field right there. And then even doing the same thing on 14. 14's not a terribly long hole, but they have enough power to just cut all that shit out. And rather than having 170 yards in, they got 120 and 110 in.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the pins were in. There were some good scoreable positions.
From where that tee box was on 14. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all the way back. Yeah.
All right, BG. B, still the same old G.
You know what
First
that is,
flight.
right?
First flight, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, still the same old G.
Still the same old G. All right, I might need to shut my camera off to get to...
Not worth it.
Okay. Yeah, right. Give me just a second. I'll get there right here. All right, so I know First Flight had some ridiculous scores as well. On the net side, we got Tyler and Matthew Kawamoto, right? For First Flight.
Right, heck yeah.
I think we'll look at the top 10.
A net 32.
Yeah, net 32, 17 under par. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. And I know Matt's been playing really well. I think he might still be in that top 10. I think he missed one event. That's probably what's going to keep him out of the top 3 if he doesn't make it. But man, he's a force to be reckoned with. Both of them are
good. Both of them got the flows working together.
Yeah,
brothers winning First
That's
Flight
awesome.
net. I'm not certain. In a partner event coming up, we're going to see them in First Flight still. I'm not sure.
I would call that just a absolute mistake if they are still in First Flight.
It's gonna be hard to justify. They're playing so well. So, but if they come up in the champ flight, we'll be ready for them.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to play with the big boys.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Different tee box, different course, different handicap allotment. That was a four-shot net win for Matthew and Tyler over Nicholas Garza and Robert Rodriguez.
And I think
That's
it's
awesome.
interesting too. I don't think we talk about this enough because I don't know how often it really is happening that players are having to shift out of their flight mid-season, or if the handicaps drop enough like that. But it, I think, is one of the toughest things to go play your first event in a new flight, not knowing 90% of those golfers in that flight. They're knowing their game enough that you can.
You're right.
For sure.
I totally think you're right. And changing flights like that,
You're welcome.
being a flight bubble boy, right? Bouncing back and forth between the black tees and the blue tees or whatever, being that flight bubble boy, that really, really prepares you a little bit for the playoffs.
That helped me a lot last season.
As the cuts start happening in the playoffs and those flights start condensing,
That's a good point.
You may be in the middle of first flight. You may be a B10 guy, and all of a sudden you're an A24 guy after one cut, you know?
Yeah,
And-
that's a good point.
I mean, that can throw you off so quickly. And then at the same time, again, it's different competitors. If you play enough on tour and you play enough play enough events, you inevitably end up playing with most of the common people in your flight, most of the usual suspects.
Just some
Getting
level
put
of
into
comfort
that.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
to show up. I mean, it always threw me off if I ever got moved up and all of a sudden I'm playing with Jeremy, Steven, and Sean Vidal. Like, I'm like, oh shit, this is a different caliber golfer.
It's totally
It's
different.
a different mode of golf.
It's a different tee time. It's a different tee time. It's a different atmosphere on the putting green before the first tee time than it is in an hour after the first tee time. It's a different atmosphere and it's a different game. Moving on to second flight here.
Well, real quick,
we are still on
didn't
first
touch
flight,
base.
Gross.
Yeah.
He went backwards. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
My bad. That's
No,
my bad.
it's okay.
So
No, you do you. I love it. I'm falling in line.
awesome. So first flight gross, really cool to see Jonathan Harder and Hunter Patterson shooting 4 under 68. Really great playing. I think Jonathan had 4 birdies. I think it was 4 or 5 birdies.
I mean, he took the spring off and he is just lighting it up in the summer.
He came back to play for sure. So really good.
Five birdies as a team and an eagle for Jonathan on 10.
That's right. Nice.
Started off great. Hunter birdied the first hole. Jonathan ripped off 6 consecutive pars following that. And then the birdie show came. The team birdied 9, 10, 11, and 12 as a team there to edge Bob North and Jeff Kotlarczyk by 1 stroke.
So Bob North can be beaten.
Way to keep Bob North out of the winner's circle.
Trail.
Jonathan Harder and Hunter
on this
Patterson.
division.
So Bob can be beaten. That's good news for everyone.
I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to jump the gun on first flight there. I apologize. Second flight, now is the appropriate time to begin second flight, correct?
Yes, sir. Green light.
Right. Second flight gross. Andrew Lozano and Jack Higginbotham eked out a 1-shot victory at 2 over par, 74.
Nice.
They beat another brothers team of Connor Lynn and Winston Lynn. Jack and Andrew bogeyed the second hole and the 13th hole. Other than that, it was clean as a whistle for them.
That's good playing.
Down on the net side, we've got a 3-shot win for Dean Chavez and Sweet Swingin' Lee Mull at 15 under par. There's Lee representing his team, Lee Mull, Dean Chavez, 3-shot win over Fernando Palos and Timmy Blunt. That's deep. 15
That's awesome.
Deep. But when
That's
you don't
good
make
plan.
mistakes, when you don't make a lot of mistakes in a net side like that, the number can wrap up. You're hamming and egging it good. The number can really, really roll up there. Congratulations, second flight cookie winners.
I don't think Lee gets enough credit for being able to pull off that much green in an outfit and still make it look good.
I know there's so
Good for
much
him.
green. It's even his beard has like a tinge of like
It does.
sage in it.
It really does.
Absolutely, it's not salt and pepper. It's sage.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, good playing second flight. But get this. So on the third flight on the gross side, Corey Frazier and Greg Richter shot 1 over par. So third flight shot one shot
damn,
better
third
than
flight.
second flight.
Other photo.
Yeah, the
Whoops.
other one. Yeah,
Got 'em
sorry.
backwards.
There we
switched
go.
up on you.
Sorry.
That's my bad.
I flip-flopped.
So Greg, this is, I'm not sure if this is Corey's first cookie, but I know this is Greg's first cookie, and he was super excited because I think last tournament he at Riverside he had mentioned that he was going to get one. So they both played really well. Shot 1 over par.
This is both of their first victory
Oh,
cookies.
Good deal.
Welcome to the
Good
Cookie
deal.
Mafia. Corey
That's
Frazier, Greg Richter.
Good deal. I figured that might have been Corey's first with how big of that smile was. So
Check
Good for-
this out. This is so cool. We were just talking about hamming and egging it. I'm looking at their scorecard on the back nine. This is Greg Richter and Corey Frazier. This is how you win a golf tournament. On hole number 10, Greg makes par.
yeah.
Corey makes double. Then on hole 11 through 14, Greg went double, triple, double, bogey. And Corey went par, 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 par.
Nice.
That is how you win a tournament, folks. Great
That's
job.
teamwork.
Congratulations on your first victory cookies, Greg Richter and Corey Frazier. Alamo City Golf Show representatives, super cool. Awesome to have you in the victory lane.
And
Absolutely.
Greg, I want to give a shout out to Greg because he's been working really, really hard this year.
Yeah,
Like he's leaped and bound improvement.
for sure. And he was really excited. I'm really excited for him. But on the net side in third flight, we have Aliaz Mohammed and Charles Clark. I know this is, I'm not sure about Aliaz's, if this is his first cookie or not, but I know this is not Charles Clark's first cookie. They played really well. And I was marshalling a little bit at the end there, and I caught their tee shot on 17. And I mean, Aliaz, and I mean, they both striped one right down the middle, and which I don't know how, because that 17 tee shot is very tough to hit the fairway for me, anyways. But they played really well. I don't have their score here. I don't know if you have that, Travis.
I'm pulling it up right here. It is
Awesome.
a whopping tournament low net of 19 under as a team.
That is
so
crazy.
cool.
I watched this group finish, and I don't remember who Charles and Aliaz were playing with right at the moment. It'll come to me in a second.
Michael Hudson and his partner, I can't remember.
Damon Cormier. Yes. And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they were on 18, and we were on the patio watching them play, and the group went par, 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 birdie on 18 as the foursome in third flight, and it was awesome.
I was still watching tee shots, marshalling on 17.
That's Darren Cormier.
Darren
I'm
Cormier,
sorry. I said David. I'm sorry. It's Darren Cormier.
Yeah. I mean, they were like, I watched all 4 of those tee shots in the 18, and they were all very good tee shots. And I was still at 17. And I just heard all these shouts coming up when Charles made that birdie. I mean, they finished strong for sure. All 4 of them.
Like gets into it. It's so much fun. So much fun.
That was awesome.
Flight, bunch of losers. I'm just kidding.
So serious.
They shot better than third flight or second flight. So
Well,
good playing, everybody.
great playing by everybody, but better playing to all of our winners. And
yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Congratulations, cookie winners. Shout out to Laura Lewis, the Cake Place and More, the proud sponsors of this year's Victory Cookies on tour. Both divisions, the Greater Hill Country Division and the Alamo City Golf Trail Division. Laura Lewis, the Cake Place and More, Find her on Facebook. I was just talking with Sabrina about this today. Let me rephrase this. Sabrina was just talking with me about this today. And the PC Open, which we're going to talk about in a second as we talk about events that are open for registration, falls on our anniversary. And we're going to have an anniversary cake with the ambassadors at Olmos Basin for the PC Open, celebrating Sabrina and mine 18th wedding anniversary this year.
I mean,
That's
you were
awesome.
working a tournament when Kaylin was born. Why not work a tournament on your anniversary?
That is true. Kaylin was born during the Harvey Pennant Cup tournament at Riverside. It was Halloween, the weekend before Halloween. So it was a Saturday. And I remember driving down across the bridge over to 17 Green, where I told Sean Vidal was playing in that tournament. I'm like, Sean Vidal, I'm sorry, buddy. I got to go. This is the order of players we're going to pick. It was a really cool tournament. We can talk about that another time. But there was like schoolyard pick teams at the end of it. It was awesome. And it was really fun until Casey Graham ruined it. And then
Casey, you got your name in it.
Yeah, exactly right. And I told Sean Vidal, I'm like, hey, Sabrina just called. We're going to the hospital. Kaylin came like 2 hours later.
Man, that's crazy.
It was great. But yes, Cake Place and More, Laura Lewis. Find her on Facebook. Not only is her stuff delicious, it is artwork.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
Well, Willow Springs, everybody. Willow Springs represented. And that chapter of the 2024 Alamo City Golf Trail Division has officially closed. Points have been updated. Websites have been updated. Results have been updated. And here, unless MD has something else he wants to talk about.
I do not. I was just looking to see how many new people were in the top 10.
There's none.
There's a bunch of new people in the top 10.
It flip-flopped? Okay, there's a handful of people, and it's a handful. Yours included. Yes, yours included. That's why I said nobody. Right? With that being said, here is the updated Alamo City Golf Trail Division point standings through 6 events. Even though Willow Springs is event number 5, there's an extra one in there. There was a reschedule from the spring season. So through 6 events, here is your top 10. Stephen Evans stays in first place by the narrowest of margins over your co-host tonight, Bradley Gilbert, a mere 10 points.
Who was propelled to second.
We are going to dive into this metric here. That's up 1 spot for Brad Gilbert. We're going to get some inside insight from Bradley Gilbert on how he's preparing for the home stretch here in just a second. I haven't prepped Brad on that at all. That was his prep right now. Roger Murray rounds out the top 3 at 650 points. That's down 1. Brad and Roger flip-flopped in the top 3. The top 3 didn't change. And the top 3 is important because after the PC Open, 3 events to go, the top 3 automatically qualify for the 2024 South Texas Match Play Challenge team.
Let's go.
Rounding out your top 10, Jonathan Harder up 4 spots.
Yep.
Matthew Kawamoto finds himself in the top 10 for the first time, up 7 spots.
Charles with 2 events missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Charles Clark finds himself in the top 10, up 8 spots in number 6th place. Here we go. Tied for 7. We got Dale Angry Beavers down a spot and up 9 spots.
There we go.
Making his summer season debut in the top 10. Michael Dermanuelian.
Good stuff. There he
I've been
is.
saving it for down the stretch.
There he is.
Down
Finish
2
strong.
spots in 9th place. Dennis Danoski.
Already on the team.
Already on the South Texas Match Play Challenge team,
Mhm.
Dennis Danoski. And then down 6 spots, Jason Bird rounds out the top 10. Now, if we kick out Brad and Steven up there in the 700s, guys, 80 points. 80 points separates 3rd through 10th. And if we take it one step further, these points are online, updated on the website. If we take it one step further, there's only 200 points separating 33rd from 4th.
And I mean, top 10 right now is 140 out. And let's stay at 140 because that is a good number for a stroke play event. Winner gets 150 points.
So that's the top 20. 20 to 4th is 190 points.
Yeah.
And that is the amount of a net victory cookie, a net flight win at the upcoming Brackenridge Park event. You are never out of this. As a matter of fact, you could start right now, place, and qualify for the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Let's talk about events open for registration on the Alamo City Golf Trail Division as we march towards the playoffs and the 2024 South Texas Match Play Challenge at Riverside. Next up, August 25th, open for registration, stroke play at Brackenridge Park. I want to check the division schedule page just to make sure I'm highlighting the correct point distribution here. I believe this is a standard points event, 150 points for first place individual event. Let me confirm that right now. Yes, standard. That is the last standard point event of the year.
And Brack is looking good right now.
Brack looks great. I'm excited to be there. It's another one of those kind of Willow situations for me. The last time we were at Brack, maybe it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And it has dramatically changed, and the course conditions are much better, and excited to be back there. 2 weeks to go until we are back at Brack, and that is the last regular.
And I argue Brack may be one of the toughest stroke play events that we play, just because of that golf course. Shooting even means nothing.
I agree with your
shooting
statement.
2 over, 4 to 5 over in the other flights means nothing. You have to come out with your best shit that day.
It is an easier golf course. Tough to lose a ball on the front 9 unless you hit it into the Catalpa on 4 and 5 or off the reservation somewhere, right?
Done that. Yep.
Right. And you're right. It's kind of like that really easy number 1 handicap hole, right? Like it's like this hole is so easy, but because it's so easy, the 18 handicapper needs the stroke the most, so it's the number 1 handicap hole. That's kind of how I see Brack in my head. You know, listen, I historically play Brack pretty good, but you're right, even par don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember last year, I think it was a stroke play event at Brack, and I was in first flight, and I was 1 under. I made the putt on 18 to shoot 1 under, and I didn't even look at the leaderboard because I was like, that should be pretty good. 1 under, I'm probably at the top of the leaderboard, but no, 3 under beat me on the day. I was like, what in the world?
And then following Brack, we have a September 14th event. This is the one we were talking about just a little bit earlier, where it is alternate shot. That's modified alternate shot, of course. 2 tee shots every hole at Northern Hills. This is double points, double bonuses, the final team event of 2024. How cool is that to say?
The most dangerous team.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. Come get it, everybody. Come get it. And then
my stance on alt shot is well known.
And then the week after that, we have the season finale. That is the 21st and 22nd at Olmos Basin. The PC Open Championship double points. That is name on the jacket stuff. And it's name on the jacket, and it's 3 more names added to the South Texas Match Play Challenge team. There was a new graphic. David Falconer was on that graphic in the newsletter this week. The next 2 names that will be added to the South Texas Match Play Challenge team will come from the Greater Hill Country Division playoffs, September 7th and September 8th at TPC. Be on the lookout for a special edition newsletter coming later this week or early this weekend on how the Greater Hill Country playoff invites and playoff formats will work and mirror the Alamo City Golf Trail Division playoffs with point standings and points payouts, and ultimately 2 team spots on the 2024 South Texas Match Play Challenge team. But first up on the Greater Hill Country Division, or next up on tour as a whole, the tour travels to Bastrop for the first time. Guys, you are both in the field. Lost Pines
I am
Golf
not in the
Club
field.
is probably the most elite course the tour has traveled to in 2024. A couple weeks prior to traveling tour to TPC, so that'll change when we get there, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah, for sure.
TPC is absolutely mint right now. But this Sunday, the 18th, Wolf Dancer, now called Lost Pines,
Yeah.
will always be Wolf Dancer in my heart.
Always wolf.
Tell me what you guys thinking, how you preparing, what we leading up to. Super excited. I can't wait to be up there. Justin Orsak, a good friend of mine's the PGA head professional there, a super awesome host, and I can't wait to be there.
Yeah, I've only played it once, and man, I thoroughly enjoyed the course. I mean, it is an absolutely fun course.
We played together.
Yeah, we played together
Yeah.
that time. Yeah, and actually, that was the first time we played together, I think, Travis.
First time we played together. First time we
Yeah.
were to Lost Pines. I remember it didn't go so well for us.
No, you carried me for the most part, but I drug you down, really.
It's coming back to me now.
Yeah.
Yep, it is.
I hate playing a course for the first time, because I gotta know where to miss the ball. But no, it was awesome course, great conditions. I'm really excited to be back out there. I'm gonna be studying Google Earth for the rest of the week because I'm not gonna be able to get a practice round in. So
I will send you my Straka book. 4
there you
holes
go.
are wrong, but I'll send you my Straka book.
I appreciate
Jeff
that.
Warren in the comments. I believe it was Wolf Dancer from the beginning. Lost Pines was another golf course in Bastrop, and MD the Austinite can back me up on this if I'm wrong. Lost Pines Country Club was a small facility in Bastrop that actually shut down in one of those Bastrop forest fires. And then X amount of years passed. Wolf Dancer, a Hyatt property, changed ownership groups, and they decided to change the name to that, seeing as it was no longer being used in Bastrop County for Lost Pines Country Club.
Interesting.
Looks like Bob North is up there practicing right now. There's a comment, just left the range.
Man.
Bob North currently in first place in
I like a lot.
Yeah.
in the Greater Hill Country Division point standings.
220 points ahead right now.
All
All he has to do is show up on Sunday.
Card to scorecard. He's got a card to scorecard. It's a small field. First notice to players for Lost Pines is coming out tomorrow. Second notice Friday. First tee time 9 a.m. Sunday. And Bob North looks like he is starting the playoffs in that coveted first spot to start the playoffs. But again, be on the lookout for that special edition STX Am Tour newsletter on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in there, with a detailed accounting of the Greater Hill Country Division playoffs. The next professional division opening for registration will also be in that newsletter. Getting a lot of inquiries about the professional division
Cool.
at TPC. There's the first teaser, and there'll be some information and some changes from what the website says in the newsletter this Friday.
Nice. That's exciting. Really looking forward
What's
to
going on?
TPC. So
Awkwardly silent. Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry,
I was waiting for my. I was lagging a little bit and waiting to refresh. I apologize. That's my fault. I'll take the lead on that. Whew. Willow Springs in the books. 3 events on the Alamo City Golf Trail division open for registration. 0 events open for registration on the Greater Hill Country division. Wow, that's cool to say. Lost Pines Golf Club this weekend on that Greater Hill Country division, marching towards the playoffs and the next 2 team members. MD.
Man, I am. Go get it. I don't care. Just got lots of good golf left to be played. Lots of fun courses coming up. Unfortunately, I won't be at Lost Pines this weekend, but that is it's a tough course, but an incredible golf course. Just be aware of your elevation changes and cover some corners there, some fun shots. Really, if you don't have a Straka book, get one. Otherwise, please go look at the map on the golf cart, because you're gonna want to know where you have to land.
A couple
shots.
blind second shots. Use that promo code in every notice to players email you've ever gotten. Use STX Am Tour for the promo code. There's a special link on the Facebook page, special link on the website, in every notice to players email. Strakaline. I mean, I'm addicted to it. I use it all the time. And I want everybody to think about Straka as a pace of play management tool, right? Sometimes in tournament golf, you need to slow yourself down within your group sometimes. And the Straka book really helps me with that, for sure.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I definitely need to slow down.
Dude, you and I play some of the fastest golf. You and I can friggin' fly through a round. We're both just like, fucking hit already, please. Jesus.
Exactly, yeah.
Moment.
I love playing slow. Now, when I say that, I don't mean that I am a slow golfer. I love playing methodical, consistent with the pace of play parameters of the tournament. I love to play right on that number. If my tee time's 9:00, I love walking to the first tee at 8:59, because I've utilized every minute to learn the putting surfaces or the chipping areas, or foam rolling in the hitting bay or whatever, what have you. But I love Straka as a man. I got something to do while this slow dude's putting, or whatever. I got something to keep me engaged and on task. There's certain parameters that I can't control going on.
Yeah.
You ever just fire darts at the pin and you have to wait for your entire group to hit their 1, if not 2 putts before you can tap in for birdie, and you want to try and keep yourself busy? Well,
I play most of my recreational golf with MD, Casey, and Jason Bird. So MD and I find ourselves tapping our foot on the collar a lot.
Yeah, right. That's funny.
And that's what they get for not coming on the podcast. There you go. There you have it. That is my closing thought, MD. I will kick it back to you. T-Sal, Audi 5000.
Man, guys, thanks for hanging out. Excited for really what is turning into the finale of the summer season, which is just crazy to think. August has flown by. September is going to rip through, and then we're into the playoffs. Get some practice in this week. I will continue to press the message of stay hydrated, research heat stroke symptoms, and definitely be aware of that shit. And play some good golf.
Play some good golf. Good luck, everybody. I hope to see everybody that qualifies in the TPC playoffs. Let's sell out that field with invites to the TPC playoffs. Lost Pines this weekend. Your home for everything tour. www.stxamtour.golf. Scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now. What a great show tonight. Always a pleasure hanging out with you two. Good luck, everybody. I hope everybody plays well. MD, take us away, buddy.
I'm gonna go ahead and let Brad Gilbert do it because we already kicked it to me. So
That's
Brad.
official. That's official co-host Brad Gilbert closing.
It is
the
official.
show
So I just had. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, Brad Gilbert closing the show officially for the
Great
first
start.
time tonight as an official co-host, August 14th, 8:28 p.m. Brad Gilbert, everybody.
I just have two thoughts, and they're conflicting. First thought, I'm coming for you, Stephen Evans. Second thought, all giving hope to everyone else on that top 10. Historically speaking, this is the time of the year where I play myself out of the top 3. So
There it is.
bring your best. And
or your
play well.
average at this point.
Passive
That's his
aggressive
concern.
humor towards yourself is always media appropriate.
That's the motivation.
Always part of the media training that these guys get as celebrities as part of the podcast team here on the STX Am Tour Power Hour podcast. Everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon on the course. I hope to see everybody at Lost Pines and down the stretch on the trail division. Have a great night,
Absolutely.
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Play well.